we're hoping every single day to not have a sick baby.
Alberta parents feeling helpless against the threat of Omicron spreading in childcare centers. Frustration building on the level of protection against COVID-19 offered in daycares across the province.
Omicron is wreaking havoc on those children, that are like from birth to age 5, that aren't able to be vaccinated. And we don't have any tests to give these families.
Feelings of fear and uncertainty are echoed by these parents who rely on dropping their kids off at daycare.
It's honestly been terrifying.
It's pretty stressful, to be honest.
Both experienced COVID-19 outbreaks at their daycare center a few times after the holidays.
5 days of care, and we had an email saying, oh yeah, so she's a close contact of, an undisclosed number of cases, including just in her little, sub room.
There was 2, and then there was another 2, and then there was another 3. And it was just like, this is insanity. And because our children don't count as high risk, it's if you can get your hands on a at-home test. And the reason we can is because she's also in preschool.
Amy Mendenhall, the parent of a 4-year-old, says she doesn't have the luxury of keeping her kid home from daycare.
We don't want them to feel afraid because we don't have an option for her not to go. She has to go. She loves her daycare. She loves her friends. She has no idea that COVID is there.
Annalise Uzda, the Vice President of Childcare Services at the YMCA, says the 5th wave has been the worst wave of COVID in childcare. She says they have tried to get medical-grade masks and testing kits from the government, but explains they do not distribute them to daycares the same way they do to schools.
We did request that from the government, and we weren't successful in obtaining those, which is difficult because we deal with the one group of children who can't be vaccinated.
They're not sending them home with the kids from daycare to make sure that we can test them. So if we get some from school, then we have to say okay, so if there's 5 tests, do we use some on the school-age kid and some on the daycare kid? Do we split them across the whole family?
In a statement, the Office of Children's Services says in part, we've allocated approximately $165 million in COVID-19 relief funding to support the childcare sector. Programs can allocate the funding towards cleaning and sanitizing products, personal protective equipment, recruiting, hiring, and training additional staff. They also say the rapid testing kits and masks have been made available to childcare centers, but they are still experiencing supply shortages. In Calgary, Jasmine Vickaryous, City News.